Welcome to Tag Your Out this week. Maps this week are by LexLimbo, who is a member of CTR, doesn't really play the game much anymore, but they were a really good mapper back when they played, and were notorious for making backwards maps as well. So today we've got a entirely backwards map, Tag Your Out, and we'll see how people do. These are some of the best backwards maps in the game. Still, even though they're pretty old. People don't really make backwards maps that much these days. I've done a couple myself, but it's very a controversial thing. You can see Metal CJ already left saying, no, okay, bye. We'll see how others feel about this as well. The first map up we have is Capillary Reversal, which is a very classic map. This one has some tricky sections toward the end for sure, but if you just use backwards camera, then when you're upside down, you get less confused. Of course, when these maps were originally built, backwards camera didn't exist, so props to people who were able to beat them consistently back then. Especially towards the end of this map, which I haven't got to yet, but we'll get there in rounds. The second map we have up is Reverse Engineering. Probably the easiest backwards map of the bunch. This one does have a weird section where it forces you in first-person camera going backwards, which made this map kind of hard, but with the look-back camera we have now, and being able to change cameras, it doesn't really matter that much. See right here, just look back and I can see what I'm doing. But when we originally played this map, that wasn't an option, so you just had to blind go through that loop and hope you made it. Oh, spin out at the end there. That end section is a little bit tricky too. Just getting out of that loop quick enough without skidding that you can not hit that border. A lot of people like to use steering limits for backwards. I think it's a good idea if you're first learning backwards maps to use steering limits. I don't really use steering limits at all anymore. I used to, but I don't, and that's a smooth steering kind of thing for me. So if you don't do smooth steering, I would recommend steering limits, or if you're not too comfortable with where your skid out line is on backwards maps, then I would suggest using steering limits. Last place of the finishers now. Hopefully I can do better in rounds, but at least I finished that one. Yeah, this one's a little bit harder to learn, so we'll see how people do. There's really one section that's tough. It's this tube here. And then the exit of the tube on the other side. If you just take it slow on the exit, and then you can go back in backwards cam. In order to go into backwards cam, if you're on third person, you have to go into first person first, otherwise it looks like this, and you can't actually see where you're going. With third person static, you can go into backwards cam too, but if you're changing to a different camera so that you can use backwards cam properly on backwards maps, then you'll have to either change to first or third static. So that might catch people up if they don't have cameras bound, or if they try to just do it in third person the whole time, you can get confused with what's right or left when you're upside down and directions change that way. Looks like Mew's doing pretty good. Finished every map so far. I expect Mew to do really well this cup. They're really good at backwards maps, so we'll see how they end up doing. Fleshy Finland has one weird section, kind of close to the start. It's pretty difficult in backwards, and it's right here. You can get, well, actually this one is a little bit weird because you have to go low, but this one is what's really weird. You have to come down and then exit early so that you can stay on the edge of that purple bank piece, and you see I skidded out there. But after that, it's not too bad as long as you get set up for the next turn after that, right? I should go in backwards cam for that section. It makes it a lot easier. Yeah, so the first person gate here is to make it so that you don't get a weird turnaround at the start your camera, and so it changes to third person. But you can actually start in backwards cam, and as you go through that third person gate, if you're still holding backwards, then you'll stay in backwards cam. But then if you go back to third person after that, you will have to switch back. So if I go to third person and then use backwards cam again, it's weird again, so I'll have to switch back to first to use it properly. Alright, here we go. First time pursued by Sturban, so that's not great. Let me set the timer. Hopefully I can stay ahead of Sturban. I don't know if they finished this one the first time. I wasn't really paying attention. I'm not too worried about splits on backwards maps because I think getting a finish is probably going to be more important. Of course, you gotta not skid out like I did there. Oh, Sturban already with the time, and that's faster than my PB, so maybe I do need to worry about splits. Owl Plague with the fastest time. That makes sense. Owl likes backwards a lot and has played LexLimbo maps extensively in the past, so I'm not too surprised there. +3 speed, that's pretty good. Hopefully I can hit that shipping container. Okay, I'm liking this. Get around this turn nicely. Then come on to the end. Yeah, I hope this is fast. Oh, it's Sturban improved. I don't know if this is fast enough. No, it's not. Still a great time, but with competition like this, you gotta have even faster times. Servant is a first-person player, so I expect that it's a lot easier for them to pick up this backwards count changing thing, since they don't have to change into first person every time they go back to third, because they won't ever be in third, they'll just be in first the whole time. Down on speed there. Hopefully it was just my checkpoint, the point at which I hit the checkpoint. Don't think this is fast enough though, so I'm probably losing a life here. Disturbing. See if we can go for this jump at the end. Got me into 4th place, but it's not fast enough. We have Sturban with the fastest time on the board, so I'm losing a life here pretty early, which is unfortunate. Tommy beats me, so now I'm in 5th. Who was I pursuing? Noxatu, so I guess I'll at least take a life from them. They DNF. Going to the second map, maybe my matchup will be a little bit better. Pursued by Zwergo. I don't know Zwergo as a player, so I don't really know what to expect. But in this game, if you don't know a player's name, then it's probably a good sign when they're pursuing you. So I'm expecting to glide by this round as long as I can get a finish down. Yeah, pretty decent time as well. You and Owl are on the bubble as well, so that's a little bit scary considering only 4 people had set down a time when I said that, and they were players who are competitive, so hopefully they can pull times out. I expect them both to be really good at backwards, so I would be sad to see them lose a life this early. Let's see who Owl's... I feel pretty comfortable at that time, so let's see who Owl is being pursued by. R2, that's a fast time by R2. And then Mew's being pursued by Owls. Oh, that's unfortunate for those two. So if Mew doesn't beat Owl, then she loses a life, and they're both really good at backwards. Oh, Mew does go 1st place, though. That's good to see for her. I'm surprised at actually how many finishers we have in this backwards event. Oh, I don't get another finish there, so we'll just go ahead and watch. Oh yeah, watching people is hard, so if we go backwards cam like this, then we can see what they're doing. Let's go watch Owl because he's not on a run, so I will be losing a life. Who else will be losing a life? These, probably, and then those who didn't finish. Oh, the person who was pursuing me, I guess, left already, so they're not even in the lobby. They'll just lose lives every round then. Pursued by Swergo again, who's not in the lobby, so I think I'm even safer than I thought I was last round, considering nobody's even here. Unless that's just the game doing some weird things with people's names, like it does sometimes. Like sometimes the game will say one name on the leaderboard and a different name on the other leaderboard, so I don't know if it's one of those situations or if they're actually not here. That happens when people change their Steam name. Not sure exactly why people change names, but it kind of messes up with the visuals for me because my game has a different name cached than what they're actually using. Okay, I got a time down, so I'm not too worried about it. But who am I targeting? I'm just nothing. They haven't put a time down yet. Sturban just went yellow. Who are they pursued by? Owl Plague, who's just barely ahead of them. So if they don't improve, they will lose a life, but there's still time. Keep going to inside on that turn. Maybe I should do third person for these first couple loops. I'm better in third person generally, but with things like when you're going upside down and backwards at the same time, it messes with my brain, so that's why I switch the first person for some backwards sections, just so I can use that look back camera. Hope I just hit that checkpoint high. I am actually that slow. That's okay, I think I'm safe anyway. Don't have to worry too much. Just be good to get some better practice. Nox 2 looks like they lose a life. Sturban did improve to first place, so they are safe from that life. Looks like Lamp lost a life to Mew. This time I'm pursued by Tommy, so that's a bit tougher than the last two rounds where I had a pursuer who wasn't even in the lobby. I'm going to switch to backwards cam to start here. Not that I need it for these first couple turns, but that one turn right after here, I do a lot better in backwards. Didn't do great there at the wall, but And this section is a little weird. You kind of just have to AFK it through here and then start turning as you come down off that last purple piece. Started turning a little bit too sharply there, and so I had to overcorrect and skid it out from that. Didn't finish this track in warm-ups. I hope I can finish it now, especially with who's pursuing me. Not great, but better on that entry. Okay, just a slight turn. There we go. I should get a finish here. See if it's fast enough. It's faster than Tommy, but it's not a great time. I am taking a life from Owl right now, though. Tommy does improve, gets pretty close to my time, but not quite there. Still got time for another one, so I need to set down a better time just to be safe. Go down here a little bit to set up for this turn. A lot better. Oh, let's get it out. That was such a good run. Not quite as good, but still decent. I got that wall red really cleanly, so that should be good. As long as I can get this end section. Tommy says GG, so I actually don't need it, but it'd be nice to put in a better time here anyway. Oh, somebody improved to even take a life from Tommy. Who is that? It was R2. Looks like Mortar Shade, Owl losing a life, and Tommy, and then 3DNF's losing a life as well. Who still has 3 lives? Quite a bit actually. There's 6 players with 3 lives still. Targeting Owl again, but Owl I think is better at this track than I am, so he shouldn't need to worry too much. But I am worried about R2 pursuing me. That's a lot of speed though. Hopefully it wasn't just where I hit the checkpoint. It looks like it was. Yeah, I think the jump's faster. It's just a little more risky. I did skid out at the end though, but I don't think I skidded out enough to lose that much time to the jump. Going third person around this time, basically for those quarter pipe transfers, so I can know exactly when I need to go. But oh, that was pretty scary. R-Tube is faster than me right now, not a lot faster. I don't know if this will. Oh, I didn't even hit the finish. So I need a better run. I need to not go that far left for the next transfer. I don't think that checkpoint, or sorry, I hadn't started my turn yet. Oh, but I am faster. Quite a bit. Whole half second. Do I go for the jump? Yeah, why not? First place, nice. That's a bit comforting. Hopefully our tube doesn't improve in the next 18 seconds. It says GG, so I think I'm safe here. Probably taking Owl's last life as well. So 07 Owl. Oh, they did improve, but not quite enough. So yes, Owl is out. Sorry about that, Owl. But I gotta save myself, and R2 was scary. Down to 4 people with 4 lives left. Got Mew, R2, Turbine, and Quick Racer. And then only 8 people left total. The rest with 2 lives. This is not a good run. I'm pursued by Mewtwo. I should not be taking this run. But I am, I guess. Yeah, I'm way slower than that. Alright, time to improve. I'm going to start in third person just so I can get tight around these corners at the start. It's not super tight, but better than I was doing before. Oh, I'm not pursued by Mew. I'm pursued by Beans. That was a mistake. So I'm actually still safe. This is a better run. Slower than my PB, but a lot faster than the time I have on the board. And I hope that's enough to beat Beans. Oh, except for I crashed at the end. So I didn't improve. And I don't have time for another one. Let's look at Beans. Looks like they're 16 seconds in, so they're not gonna get to the finish either, so I'm safe. That was lucky. I wish I wouldn't have crashed at the end there, but at least I scraped by anyway. R2 loses their first life to Tommy, it sounds like. Yep. Alex is the second life, down to 1. Bean's losing a second life as well. So we've got Alex and Beans on 1 life, Sturban and Mew on 3, and then the rest of us on 2. Quick Racer DNF'd? That is surprising, so they're down to 2 as well. Not sure what happened there. I hope that they didn't just go AFK and stop playing. That seems like maybe that's the case. I wouldn't expect them to DNF. Maybe just some bad, unfortunate clips as well. So we'll see if they set time down this round. I am faster than my PB, and just get out. That's unfortunate. Who's pursuing me this time? Tommy? As long as Tommy doesn't eliminate both me and Alex, then we're okay. If Tommy does eliminate both Alex and me in the same tag you're out event, then Tommy overthrows us and has to run tag you're out from then on. So we don't want that to happen. Okay, stay a little bit lower so I don't skid out this time. That should be good. Oh no! My camera changing didn't really work that well. I must have not hit first person fast enough or long enough for it to register. Gotta reset here. Tommy doesn't have a great time on, so hopefully we can just get any time and stay safe, but I'm kind of struggling. They say GG. Beans with the world record, and I skid out. So that's a life gone to me. Unfortunate, because I was on a really good run with the camera change incident, and now I'm paying the price for it by losing a life. Quick Racer did set it down a time, so they're not AFK. Life taken from R2, and Sturban doesn't have a time yet, so they probably had an incident as well on this map. Alex losing their final life and will be out. And now I am pursued by Sturban. That's even scarier. I wish I wouldn't have lost that life for no reason last round. But it is what it is, so gotta do what I can to make up for it here. I don't know why I went back in third person right there when that's the part I'm in look back camera for in the first place. did it again. What am I doing? I'd rather be in third person for the first couple turns here, but I don't want to have another incident like I did on the last map where I was trying to go back to first and then look back camera really quickly and mess up. Okay, that looks decent. Just need to make it through these final couple turns, and then notice that I'm still not fast enough to beat Sturban. Yeah, I'm actually slowest on the board, and that was a PB for me, so I think it might be over. But we'll keep going until the end of the round. Not good, reset. And that's it for me. I'm eliminated. Let's go look, see what R-Tube is doing, because they're on the bubble as well. Oh, they say 07. Probably they weren't driving. Yeah, they're just sitting here. Sturban is not on a run. Quick Racer is not on a run. We've got me and R-Tube eliminated this round. Tommy and Beans losing a life. I don't know how many they had. It doesn't show. But then 3 people with 2. Looks like Tommy still had a life. Beans did not. So let's go watch. Go into photo mode. And we'll watch Tommy. Let's actually watch. And me, I guess? No, they're not even playing. But they were in a place where I could see everyone. Well, I'll just watch Tommy. The updated code is supposed to filter the people who aren't still in, but it looks like that's not happening properly. So it does make it a little bit more difficult to spectate. Tommy looks like they're on a decent run. Nobody's passing them yet. But I don't know if people have... Oh yeah, they all have time set down. Tommy is the slowest, so they must have just loaded in earlier. But now we can see the others in front of them. Never mind. Mew resets too. Quick Racer also resets, so all 3 of them have reset. I don't know where Sturban is, but they have the slowest time right now, so let's go find them. Right at the start, looks like. Looks like a good run so far. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, they clipped the block there. They were a little bit too late on the exit of that loop. Who are they pursued by? Top left corner there, you can see they're pursued by Quick Racer, who's currently in first, targeting Mew, who's in second right now. So they've got to go take first to stay safe, and clipped again. Only got time for one more run now, so we'll see if they can pull it out. Tommy's also on the bubble for losing all of their lives, so We'll see what Tommy's doing. On their final run, close to the start. Might actually be pretty close to where Sturban is as well. That doesn't look like a good setup. Had to correct a little bit there. And then that didn't look great either. So Tommy's probably out with this time. I don't expect it to be great, but we'll see it come to the end. Not doing the jump. That's probably something that Tommy doesn't know about. And Sturban looks like they have not got a faster time as well, so they'll be losing a life. Tommy is eliminated, and Sturban is down to 1 life, with Mew, Quick Racer, and Sturban left in the final 3. Photo mode Mew seems to load in last. I think, actually, where is Sturban? Maybe Sturban loads in last, or maybe they reset. Let's see if we can find them. Yeah, it looks like they reset. Let's go back to Mew. It looks like Quick Racer reset as well. And there's a reset from Mew. Back to Sturban. Looks like a pretty good setup for the loop here. Maybe a little bit close to the edge, but makes it through the checkpoint fine. This looks like a pretty decent run from what I saw. I didn't see the start, but that's just AFK to the end. So let's hop over to Mew, who is pursued by Sturban. Oh yeah, that loop, that border on that loop is really scary. It looks like there's a lot of room, but it's so hard to not hit that. This is really tight lines there. And Mew plays in look back cam on backwards maps, so to get that tight of lines with look back cam is crazy to me. But I guess it's probably similar to playing in first person, except for you can't see your wheels. First person you can see your wheels depending on your field of view. Maybe if you change your field of view for look back cam you can as well, I'm not sure. I haven't really messed with it. But look back cam is more like a bumper cam, which is also an option. I don't know if they play Mew and Sturban when they play first person, if they play in bumper cam or first person where you can see the hood of your car. Sturban now in danger from Quick Racer. Looks like they put down a great time. Mew hits the border again. Still got time for a run. Not quite as tight on those ones, but still very tight, so I don't think that's going to lose a lot of time. Had to correct a little bit there, but not a lot. Here comes the loop. Hopefully she can make it past this barrier this time. Does, but it's not set up great, so it doesn't look great as a run. Yeah, that's life lost from Mew. We'll see if Sturban's on another run. Nope, that means Sturban is out, and it's 2 lives Quick Racer, 1 life Mew in the finals. We'll give a good luck, have fun in the chat for finals. Mew's at the start. There are some barriers there that maybe pop up after you start. I wonder if that's so you can't just turn around on that booster and play the map in third person. Because the time that it takes you to turn around makes those barriers spawn. But I didn't notice those before until I was spectating someone else. You does a loop here, which is a little bit different than what I was doing. I was mostly just going to the top and then cutting down. Quick Racer with a 50.09. That is slower than Mew's time or personal best, but it's still a really solid time. Pretty close to Quick Racer's personal best. Yeah, I was gonna get a jump there, and so reset was a good choice. I expected us to get out from that jump if that happened. .200 speed, that's good speed for this section. Like 201, 202 is great. The game kind of limits you with speed there, so having the full 200 is generally pretty good. Looks like this is a decent run. We'll see how it is fast enough. Might take a life from Quick Racer, but let's go watch Quick Racer to see what's happening over there. No more time for a reset for Quick Racer, so hopefully this is a good run. Coming into the finish. It does look kind of slow around the loop, so yeah, Quick Racer is too slow and he will lose a life there. I'm gonna go check out these barriers really quickly. Since we know Quick Racer is losing a life, let's look. Yeah, the barriers spawn right there. Where do they fall from? Are they falling from the sky? Yeah. So that makes it so that you can't just turn around at the beginning here on the booster. Head-to-head 1v1, Mew versus Quick Racer, both one life left, and we're going to Fleshy Fenland. Mew has won a tag year out before. Quick Racer has won several, so no new winners this time, but we'll see who ends up taking home the win today. Reset by Mew. We'll see where Quick Racer is. Also just reset. You can see Mew up ahead. I don't know what Quick Racer was doing right there. Just spun around immediately. It looks like Mew reset again. Aha, what's going on? Oh, this isn't Quick Racer. It's like, what's going on with Quick Racer? Why are they taking these lanes? I was looking at the wrong person. Because my code still doesn't work. The Quick Racer does set down a time. We've got somebody right in our face watching you as well. So that code would really be nice right here. Let's go watch Quick Racer just so we can actually see the screen. I would love to watch Mew because Mew is the one who needs a time, but got people in my face when they reset. I guess we're just gonna have to deal with that in the video. I really need to fix that code. I thought I had it working because I had it working for the C3 survival that's coming up. It also uses a similar code to not draw people who are already eliminated, and that works. That was weird. I don't know what was happening there. It looked like a reset, but Mew was just driving on the air for a little bit and inside blocks. But yeah, so the code, I just copied the code from that to use here, and it currently doesn't work in this mod. C3 is next week. There is a $500 prize pool for participating in the event, so go check that out in the CTR Discord. I guess I think that person looks like Quick Racer because they have the beanie and the little glasses as well, so I just get confused. But different car and different color. We're gonna go look at Mew here. Final time, set a time. Let's look at Quick Racer's time on GTR. They have the best time. Mew has the second best time, but Mew's time on GTR is faster than what Quick Racer currently has on the board. Has to take this run, no time for a reset, so we'll just see how it ends up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Mew does go faster, and Quick Racer is eliminated. Mew takes the win. Congratulations, Mew, to your second tag you're out win. I'll catch you next time.